So we all know that Saw is known for its traps. You know, those insane things that they built to cause as much pain as possible on a human being. Not just physically, but mentally as well. Now, I thought, why not look back at the series and let's look at 10 that I believe are 10 of the most painful traps in all of Saw. So this is right up to Saw X. So we're taking all 10 movies and I'm going to tell you guys my personal top 10 most painful ones. Now, the way that I'm looking at this is it's going to be physical pain as well as mental pain. And this is obviously going to be different for different people because some people might find something else more painful than I find more painful. So, you know, it's all opinion based basically because it's all about the person. But these are my personal ones that I really do not want to be involved in at any way, shape, or form. And I feel like would be the most painful. So to start off, we're going to start off with the Brazen Ball. Like this one from Saw 3D is one of the worst ways you could possibly die. And one of the most painful ways, I believe. Because you're getting cooked alive. You're in this whole metal like pig bull looking thing and you're getting cooked, you're getting roasted. It's not like you're getting an open flame or anything like that. You are just slowly melting. Your skin is melting. You're getting cooked, bro. That is just, nah, man. That was one thing that I would never ever dream of. It's the one thing that I would hate to die as, and I think it's one of the most painful ways to die as, is being burned alive. Now, obviously, this list could have the furnace on there as well, you know, or the flammable jelly. But I feel like the Brazen Bull is the worst one out of all of them because you aren't getting the open flame, you're just getting cooked. It's pretty brutal if you ask me. So for me, it's definitely going to be my most painful because I don't think I could ever want to go through that ever in my whole entire life. Then we have the acid room. Now this is from number 6, Saw 6 with William, where the acid comes down and hits him in the back. Nah, this ain't for me either, man. This ain't for me. And I'll tell you why. I think this would be insane because you can feel the acid going into you and you can feel it eating you from the inside. It's eating you from the inside, man. It's not like it's a quick death, shotgun to the face, boom, game over. See you later. I'm in the afterlife. No, this is like, bro, I can feel this burning me right now, and I'm in big trouble. And you just feel, you can't even scream out because it's just melting your insides, and just the sheer, like, you're just feeling it. Oh, I wouldn't even think about it, man. That's how painful this trap is. It's a slow death. That is just like, who comes up with this sick stuff, man? Who comes up with this sick stuff? But it's awesome, isn't it? It is awesome. The next one is from Saw X, the Bone Marrow one. Now, what makes this one, I think, one of the most painful traps for me is the mental as well as the physical pain you're about to do this. Mentally, you're thinking to yourself, I've got to chop my freaking whole leg off here with the wire. I've got a clean cut through the bone and everything like that. Number one, that is just mental itself. Like, to be thinking that is like, okay, I'm going to cut my whole leg off. Like, just think about it for a second mentally. How you're preparing yourself for that situation. That's kind of messed up, man. But then on top of that, as you do that, you've done that. You say you've mentally comprehend that and you slice it off. You now have to extract bone marrow out of your leg. And from what I've heard, people have said bone marrow transplants and stuff like that is one of the worst things you could ever experience pain-wise. Not only that, you just chop your leg off and now you're sticking this in here to vacuum that crap out as well. That's insane, man. And if you don't do it, then you get your head cut off. It's a lose-lose situation no matter what, man. You're going through some pain mentally and physically. To me, I don't want any piece of that action either. I mean, to be honest, I don't want any piece of any Saw trap. But that one, man, is just next level, man. And it was a hard watch. But hey, that's why we love Saw. That's why we love it. The next one is the rack. Now, we all know this one where Jeff's there, standing there, watching this young kid strapped up in there. And this thing is absolutely insane. The rack is insane. And it is painful, mentally and physically. Mentally, you're sitting there like, bruv, this is going to hurt so much. So you're mentally preparing yourself for this situation. What is about to occur is your hands and your arms are going to get twisted to the point where they're not supposed to be. And it's going to snap your bones clean in half. Yeah, no, that's not for me. And it's going one at a time. So it goes one arm, snap. The next arm, snap. The legs, snap. then the other leg, snap. Bro, you're already going through all that pain. And on top of that, to finish you off completely, we're going to start turning your head. And there's nothing you can do about it. You're just standing there like, oh no, this ain't good. And then snap. One of the worst ways to die as well, just a slow, painful death. And there's nothing you can do about it. That's one way you can't even fight back or anything. You're just there. Oh no, I've just got to take this. Just snapping bones left, right, and center like you're nothing. It's the Rackman. It's one of the great ones. It's just one of those, and it's just absolutely painful as anything. The next one is going to be the scalping chair for me, which is the one in, I believe, 4, where Riggs is there and the chick's there. Her hair is strapped into this thing that's going to pull it, and as it pulls it, it's going to pull her whole scalp off. Now, the reason why I've got this up there is because I just think ripping your whole scalp off, it's got to be painful. It has to be painful. Surely it is. Just feeling the skin and that just pull. Like we already know how, like if you guys have been waxed or anything like that, you know how much it hurts on your chest or your back, your legs or whatever, your arms or whatever. You already know how painful that is. Imagine that on this, your top of your head, and it's pulling your hair, and it's just pulling the whole thing off. No, I don't want that. That is just, thank God I don't have long hair, so, you know, I can't be in that trap, so thank goodness for that. But imagine the sheer pain of that, of ripping your whole scalp off and just blood everywhere. Now, this one's probably, yeah, I mean, it probably is going to kill you because you're going to lose so much blood and stuff like that. So it's going to be another slow, painful death. But, dude, just pulling the whole scalp off, like, you're done. Even if you survive that, you're done, man. What are you going to do, man, to the top of your head? Like, you can't do anything. There's no scalp. Like, bruh, nah. I've always hated that trap. Every time I watch it, I just feel like that's just, no, that's not a way I want to die. And to me, it's definitely one of the most painful ones for me. Then we have the hot wax from Spiral. Now, there's a reason why I have this as one of the most painful ones for me personally. And it's not necessarily, like, obviously the physical pain of taking hot wax to the face is excruciating. And it's just melting you and stuff like that. And that is painful in itself. And it's a slow death where you're drowning as well as getting burned at the same time. Like, two of the worst things, burned alive and drowning. And that's what's happening with you with this hot wax. But on top of that, it's the mental part that comes into play in here. The choice you are made here is take hot wax, drown and burn to death, or sever your spine through your neck with the blade below you. Now, that's going to hurt doing that. But it's the mental capacity that you have to... Mentally, this is one of the most mentally insane ones because you're now having to come up with this painful decision. Die or never walk again. Never be able to move your arms. Basically, you can't do anything. You're just living. You're just there. Mentally, that is fucked up, bro. That is so messed up. And to me, this is probably the most mentally, like, painful ones you could do. Because, like, what do you do in that situation? Because it's almost like, bro, I might as well just die because there's nothing I can't do. I can't do anything if I sever my spine here. Like, if I sever it from the neck, I can't play sport. I can't play video games. I can't do anything. I can't move. I can't pee. I can't do literally nothing. You're just sitting there in a wheelchair all the time. That's it. It's like, what's the point of living? So that's what I mean. This is like one of the most mentally just painful ones ever. And physically as well. Like, you're drowning and burning at the same time. Like, that's fucking messed up. I don't want a piece of that either. So, yeah. That's why I've got this one on this list. Then we have the brain surgery one from Saw X. And for me, again, mentally, you gotta, like, cut your head open, pull your skull off, and go in and cut some of your brain tissue out, and then put it there. Mentally, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. Mentally, I couldn't do that. Like, that, to me, that would be so painful to just drill into your skull, and then pull it off, and then drill into your... Like, dude, just the mental as well. Like, going into that and thinking, oh, man, if I don't get this right, I'm, like, vegetable for the rest of my life anyway. And then on top of that, if you don't complete it like old mate did, you get this freaking thing closed in on your face, and it's burning you alive. Burning your face completely off. How is that not painful? It's a slow, painful death. It was slow, painful death. It's like, nah, man, I'm good. I'm good. And then obviously, once you finish, if you do survive and you get out of there, you've got this massive hole in your head. Nah, it's not for me either, man. This one, well, I remember watching it, man, and it was a cruciating watch. I was sitting there like, oh, got some balls on you, dude. You got some balls on you to do that? Because I wouldn't do that. No fucking way. I'm a bit of a pussy when it comes to soul traps. I wouldn't want to be in any of these. But yeah, this one to me is one of the most painful ones. Then we have the freezer room from number 3, from Saw 3, where Jeff walks in and the lady's there hanging butt naked, and she's getting sprayed with water in a freezer. I'll tell you why this is one of the most painful things, because we all know what it's like. If you guys have been to the snow and stuff like that, you know how cold it is outside. You know how there's that feeling. It's a horrible feeling. Imagine that, but getting sprayed with water. It's a slow, painful death. Like, I mean, this is just slow, painful. You're just going numb. Like, you just feel like you're burning. Like, it's just so painful, because it's just like, you know what's happening. Nothing you can do about it, and you're freezing your ass off. This one, to me, is one of those ones where I don't want to be in it either. Like, just imagine that. Just the sheer burn sensation, like, of just the coldness. It's brutal, man. It really is. Like, and like, you see it. Like, you just see it in the movie how brutal it is. That's why it's in this list. Then we have the bedroom trap. And now, this is from number 4 as well, where you are tied down from all your limbs, and you must make this mental decision whether to get your limbs ripped off and die that way, or you can take a thing to the eyes. Come around just straight in the freaking eye. That would be painful. I'm telling you right now, that would be what mentally it's painful, because you've got to decide, lose your eyes or get your limbs ripped off. One, that's like, how do you choose that? Like, again, it's in the same situation of like, even if you survive, somehow, some miracle, you survive getting your limbs ripped off. What are you going to do? You can't do anything without any limbs, can you? You can't do jack crap. But then, you got to make this decision to shove these freaking massive spike things into your eye and never see again. Going blind would be one of the hardest things to do in life. Like, I credit to the people who are blind and somehow walk through life completely fine and unfazed, stuff like that. I guess it would be different if you're born blind, because you wouldn't know any different. But the people that do go blind and do carry on with life, credit to you guys, man. Because not being able to see would be one of the hardest things to do in life. And to be able to have that decision to shove it in your eye, that's going to be painful. Like, you this thing going in your eye and there's blood everywhere and that. And then you're blind for the rest of your life. So, like, to me, again, this is why it's on the painful list for me. And finally, we have the glass grinder. I think this is one of the most painful ones, because it's a slow killer. And when you're sitting there and you're watching, he's strung up there and there's just glass shards being thrown at you. Whether you turn to the back, turn to the front, you are just copping glass left, right, and center. And it's just cutting into your skin. Even if you somehow, by some miracle, survive this and do not die a slow, painful death of glass, just going through, cutting your skin open, cutting it to the point where it's going into your organs and stuff like that. Because that's what it's doing. Because this thing's going miles an hour and it's just cutting through you like butter. If you somehow, by some miracle, survive that, then you've got that excruciating pain of lying there, getting it picked out of your back. Not for me, bro. Not for me. I feel like this would just be, you're just sitting there, it's like getting lashes, but on another scale. Imagine lashes with like glass in it, just getting whipped with it constantly. Bruh, that would be so painful. And like, there's, again, nothing you can do. You just have to sit there and take it. To me, that's why it's on the painful list. And that's why majority of these are on the painful list, is because of the mental aspect, because of the physical pain that you feel as well. And because this is just my personal preference as well. I don't want to feel those pains. And I feel like these are the worst ones in my opinion. But obviously, I could have had the furnace on here as well, because I have the Brazen Ball on here. The furnace, again, I wouldn't want to be in that either. And then obviously the flammable jelly one as well. But I didn't want to overcrowd this with, like, you know, the burning one. So that one I've kind of put under the Brazen Ball as well. But let's be real. Let's be real. Straight up. All the saw traps are painful. They all are. Like, let's be real. They're all painful. But these are just my personal top 10 that I feel like would be the most painful. But let me know yours down below. Which traps do you think would be the most painful for you? Which ones are the ones you don't want a part of? Let me know down there. Smash it down there. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.